Welcome to Houston, Texas, home of the fourth biggest population in the United States. I'm Ed Cohen with the man of the people. He is Jay Williams.
All right, Ed, I see you. New York, L.A., Chicago, Houston right there. I'll tell you what else is big. Rocket Nation, and they're ready to rumble.
Taking over the globe and maybe taking over this game tonight. Jay, if you're Cleveland, you know it all starts and stops with slowing down James Harden.
It does, Ed. And also, defensively, you have to keep your arm outside around your body. You cannot allow them to penetrate his sphere. He's so good at drawing contact, actually leads the league in free throw attempts the past 4 seasons. Contests late and then box out.
Big reason why Rockets go to the line as much as anybody in the NBA. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
Old school equals high percentage.
Harden with it up top. Down 2. John Henson tips it. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off John Henson. Anthony. James Harden. Not that time. To Paul. Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Clarkson with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Wide open look won't go.
I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
Anthony to Harden. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
James Harden trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend. Cavs at the controls. Clarkson to Rodney Hood. Love. They have to keep him in their grasp.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose to dash the 3.
And finishes strong.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow him to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Clarkson to Rodney Hood. From the painted area, won't go down. To Anthony. Paul. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive play. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, a team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When a team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Clarkson to Love. Deep 2 there, won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
to Clarkson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Jordan Clarkson hounded off the mark. Paul into the front court. Leads 4. Anthony off the mark. Kevin Love rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Harden. He throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Clarkson with the basketball. Now down 6. To Rodney Hood. 5 seconds to shoot. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's who actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Harden to Anthony. Had a chance, but it's no good. Rockets have the steal. To Anthony. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Number 2.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks on a pair. Kevin Love. 3 for 4. Good start.
I tell you, he's so special, Ed. He makes the game look easy.
A lot of hard work to make it look easy. To Harden. For 3, textbook defense.
Shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Tice with the crossover. Won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Fires the 3. Missed it. Harden in possession. Up by 6. James Harden. He's 3 for 7.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Shot from the lane won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a...
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 13, Tristan Thompson. Entering the game for the Rockets. Number 10.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
But it was how he hit the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it.
To Love. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end, him take his legs away on the offensive end.
P.J. Tucker swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
They work it to Capel down low. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offense come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Sexton to Rodney Hood. drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Paul to Tucker. Can't miss those. Hood. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Houston takes over. To Capella. The monster stuff. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Count the basket at the rim.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Paul to Anthony. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Goes to the left side. Hood. Great feed. Sets it up. Tristan Thompson. Nice.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Paul gets it down to Capella. Throws it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Sexton. To Rodney Hood. Deep left corner. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Now Paul with the basketball. Leads 5. Can't connect from inside. Love to Rodney Hood. From long range. That's off the side. No good. To Anthony. And the slam.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Now whistle, and Cleveland is going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions, Houston.
Nance, huge block.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
James Harden. With that, he's 5 for 9. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitate. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
Hand in his face, no good for Alec Burks. And look out.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Cleveland has the basket. Sexton to J.R. Smith. Surveys the floor. Sexton to J.R. Smith. perfect feed to set up the basket.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Harden. And scores. Strong take.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Alec Burks to Colin Sexton. Count it.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you. It's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
Carter Williams. Good look that time. Off the mark. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Harden with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Defense making the ball handler work. Gordon to the basket, but his shot no good. Final shot of the period, no good. He couldn't get it to drop. Horn sounds ending the first quarter. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Nene. Smith into the front court. His team down 9. Chris Paul with a piece. And count the basket inside.
Hey, at least this time he puts it up.
That's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Nene to Anthony. Oh, had him going there for a second. Nene with the dunk. Jay, we're seeing more of the same to start the second.
It's called settle for more. Just because a defender gives you space doesn't mean that you need to take the jump shot. Keep attacking the rim. It will open up eventually.
Clarkson. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, that time effective, but a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Tristan Thompson snatching it out of the air. Clarkson with the basketball. 5 points. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, he may not show up in your feed all the time with the crazy highlights, but he's one of the most underrated creative shot makers we have in this game.
Harden gets it in the right corner. has a chance. That's usually knocked down.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed the shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's the player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Nothing going here on that drive. Smith to Alec Burks. Here's a chance from long range. Nene with the rebound. Harden in possession. Leads 3. Layup goes down. Well done. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on you.
Paul across the timeline. Up by 3. To Anthony. Love the hustle. Sprawl down on the deck. That's out. Last touch by Tristan Thompson. Time to shuffle things up. Harden. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers. So the Rockets hold on to the basketball. Harden buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Clarkson with the basketball. Now down 6. Burks matched up with Harden.
Houston. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Got it. Fires the 3, and the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Now it's Harden at the controls. To Paul. Nene. That one out of bounds off a Rocket.
Come on, it's important.
Beyond the arc for 3, and it's good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Harden into the front court. Leads a bucket. Here comes the screen. Harden to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, good. Shots not going down. Oh, they call the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Nance. To Clarkson.
Screen coming, here we go. Hey, back door, watch that back door.
5 to shoot. Shot misses there by Clarkson. To Anthony. Paul. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Clarkson with the basketball. Down. And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
That's me. I got ball.
Count the bucket for 2.
Eric Gordon finished second in the six-man of the year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last, he found a second life.
Harden with it up top. Up by 6. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
To Clarkson. For 3. Don't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Cavs at the controls. Clarkson to J.R. Smith. Here comes the screen. Cavs with 4 to shoot. And scores on the step back. Unguardable Jay.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time. Clarkson with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
And the finish at the rim.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Clarkson with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, at JR, it can be no, no, no. Yes, when it goes in.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, real thing, Ed.
Nance to Clarkson. Has a look. Smith shot, no good. To Paul. John Henson with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Clarkson to J.R. Smith. Got it.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Harden. Rockets come up with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And counted at the rim. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 17, P.J. Tucker.
Clarkson to Love.
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Great dish to set it up. Marquise Chris sends it away. 4-3 gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball and goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
It's a big finish. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Here comes the screen to Rodney Hood. He's now 4 for 6. Ball to Harden. Cleveland has the rebound. Clarkson to Rodney Hood. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get it, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Nene. Ball in possession of Cleveland. From the outside, no good. Harden in possession. Down 2. Nene to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a headache, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Oh, he had it. Harden with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. John Henson pins it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Shot from the lane won't go. To the outside, to Paul. Harden. Oh, good offense, beating good defense. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
5 on the shot clock to Love. From range. No good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
And number 10, Alec Burks.
He'll put it up. At the buzzer. Yes! At the buzzer. He just managed to get it off in time. As a result, they're ahead on the scoreboard here at the end of the first half.
Thanks, Ed. The Cavaliers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Rockets aren't down by too much at the half.
And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Houston with the basketball. Harden to Anthony. Here's a chance from long range. Can't get the bounce. Clarkson with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Paul to Harden. Oh, he had him there for a second.
I'm here.
Love to Clarkson. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Tucker. Fires the three. Cavs able to clear the bound. Cavaliers with the basketball. Clint Capella sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, real active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Rockets have it. Paul to Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Clint Capella able to recover with the block. Second in this quarter.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. Clarkson with the basketball. His guy now down by a point. To Rodney Hood. Here comes the screen. To Clarkson. Beyond the arc for 3. That's how you defend. Harden in possession. Leads just a point. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Cleve has the basketball. And Jay, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Chris Paul, that's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Love to Rodney Hood. To Love. Hood. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Jordan Clarkson. That was a difficult shot. Hits the three.
Okay, I see you throwing the quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
Harden to Anthony for three, and Carmelo Anthony. Zero hesitation as he knocks down the three. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
From the painted area, won't go down.
I agree, it was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go up 2 legs and expect the contact.
Time for some new personnel into the game. James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Sexton. Oh, I missed a short one there. Paul into the front court. Up 6. Anthony to Paul. Here comes the screen. Tucker to Capella. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Cavs at the controls. Sexton to Love. Kevin Love. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Paul to Capella. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Doesn't have the touch. No.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Paul into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. To Capella. Paul. To P.J. Tucker. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to Anthony. Fires the three. And Carmelo Anthony. He won't miss those. Hits the wide open three. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
And now Houston has the basketball. John knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back. Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Tucker to Paul. That one out of bounds off a rocket. Sexton. Clint Capella rejects it. That's his third block this evening. Here comes the screen. Kevin Love off the mark.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
First try, no good. Knocks down the second free throw. Off the mark. Only makes one of three. Sexton to Love. The screen sets him up for two.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. He sees his handles are effortless.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Trying to cash in. Shot no good by Tucker.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big at stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Look out, Larry Nance Jr. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Rockets have a steal. Ball. Harden to Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not going down here. Burks here against Harden. To Colin Sexton. Love. It was right there. Now Paul with the basketball. Two-point advantage. Harden. Now that's a contest.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. Get your teammates more involved.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Here comes the screen. Anthony to Paul. Down low Capella. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the past. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Paul to Capella. Won't go. Harden to Paul. Couldn't keep it in. Off James Harden. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Into the game for Cleveland, number 13, Tristan Thompson.
Alec Burks to Love. To Alec Burks. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Anthony. 4-3. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite leader doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here comes the screen. Love to Alec Burks. 5 to shoot for Cleveland. Shot by Love off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Anthony to P.J. Tucker. Capella down low. Tristan Thompson swats it.
It's light work for a guy with his ability.
Smith to Alec Burks. Knocked loose. Alec Burks to J.R. Smith. P.J. Tucker. Huge block. The shot clock expires. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
On the baseline, but it won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Sexton to Love. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Capella lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice post.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter with the Rockets in front. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Knocks it down off the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Nene to Rivers. They work it to Capella. Down low. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Clarkson to Alec Burks. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays. Austin Rivers to Harden. Easy pass to the rim. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
To Harden from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Rodney Hood. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 2, Brandon Knight. Into the game for Cleveland. Number 16, Sadiq.
I got ball. Hands up, hands up, hands up.
To Capella.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Has a chance. Shot won't go. Passed it off. You've got to get that one to go. Gordon with it. His team leads it by 10. Gets it down to Capella. Off the assist.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Clarkson to Rodney Hood. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Rodney Hood. Here's a chance from long range. Jordan Clarkson. That was a difficult shot. Hits the 3.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Knocked loose. To the basket. Rivers, but his shot stays out. Clarkson with the basketball. His guy down by 9. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Cedi Osman trying to cash in on the 3-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the 3-point play. The lead is down to 6.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you, me and you. Got ball. Pick up. Match up.
Harden to Rivers.
Big pick right there. Well, nah, he can't guard you out there.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. John Henson with a piece. 4th this contest.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Clarkson to Colin Sexton. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Not only does he have the frame, not only does he have the speed, but they call him the young bull for a reason. Let me bring you back to a game where he played against Minnesota. Multiple kids on this team when he played for Alabama got hurt. There were only 3 players for Alabama to play on the court. 3 versus 5. Colin Sexton had 40 points and almost led his team to a victory. That's how easy he makes it look scoring the basketball.
Fires the 3. Tough shot. He hits.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Anthony to Capella. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something creative. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
I got this clown. Let's go.
James Harden trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there. considering the score.
Now the Cavs gonna signal for timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
I think everyone in this building knows it's going to come down to the last 2 minutes. This game is going to be won with who decides to really show up on the defensive end of the ball.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Stepping in, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 1, Rodney Hood.
Short number stays out. Carter Williams with it up top. Up 3. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Carter Williams to Harden.
Hey, he been screening all day. You gotta see
Here
him.
comes the screen. Harden to Chris. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-pointers were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
It's Harden. The shot almost. Has a look. Hood shot, no good. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Harden hits the free throw. It's a 3-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Clarkson with the basketball. The deficit is 6. To Alec Burks. The drive, right to the basket, right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Harden to Chris. Knocked loose. Cavs come away with it. Clarkson. Off the pro hop. Strong footwork.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This might be working out after all.
Harden. That pass stolen by the Cavs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Love to Clarkson. Terrific vision. Lets it up and in.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the
John Henson snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Clarkson goes to the right side. Beyond the arc for 3. That won't go. To Carter Williams. They go down low to Chris. Marquise Chris rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Harden. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. It goes down.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Hood to Clarkson. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jordan Clarkson trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Unable to connect on the free throw. Carter Williams with it up top. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Nice pass to set things up.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Got it at the line. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 2.
Hood. Colin Sexton. Finish that. Carter Williams with it up top. Leads 3. Pass stolen by the Cavs.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Accepting non-perishable food items from homeless in our community. Our thanks go to those who have participated in this community event.
Substitution being made in this one.
Number 7, Carmelo.
It's Rockets ball. Carter Williams. Now pass taken away by Cleveland to Rodney Hood. Love. Can't connect. To Carter Williams. Gets to the basket and scores.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Love. Whoa, what a finish.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Sexton. To Rodney Hood. Cavs with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Cruises inside for 2.
It's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Cleveland has the basketball. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Oops, he missed the first one. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a one trip. Carter Williams with it up top. Leads 1. For 3. He was all over him. Count the basket inside. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game.
So we ask that all swimming take place in the designated areas located outside of the arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Tucker. Harden. Tough shot. Well defended. Cavs at the controls. Probing the defense. Sexton. That pass stolen by the Cavs. Rockets have the steal. The Cavs offer. Oh! It's good! It's good! From beyond half court. They've won it on one of the most improbable shots ever.
And it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up.
The Rockets gave us one of the most exhilarating plays in all of sports. The buzzer beater. Great shot to win the game.
Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets. The Cavaliers
just couldn't close this one out.
Chemistry was clearly not the issue today because they were definitely sharing the ball well. Still, everyone knows they'd rather be sharing the joy of a victory. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Assists.
The teams in this matchup did a great job of moving the ball and keeping the game flowing. It was the sort of action fans love to see, and I definitely enjoyed it myself. The unselfish play made for a great game.
Player of the game.
James Harden
was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride.
Who was gold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you